Welcome to the Advancing Entrepreneur. This show is all about surrounding yourself for success. Hear stories of building traction, gaining acceleration, and creating results from successful entrepreneurs who have surrounded themselves with other successful entrepreneurs. And now, here's your host, Annette Nightingale James.
Hello, Advancing Entrepreneurs. This is Annette James back with another episode of the Advancing Entrepreneur, where we help you get traction, accelerate, and get results. And today I am joined by my good friend, Sue. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Annette.
How are you?
Great this morning.
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, I want to introduce you a little bit to our audience, but then I'm going to turn it back over to you so you can tell them even more.
Great.
Sue is on a mission to power up startup businesses by harnessing the power of people, thereby helping them become high-performing companies. Sue, tell us a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I enable small companies to recruit, hire, and manage top-performing teams. So I create tools and resources that are done for you. So emails, tools, employment applications, so they can just take the ball and run with it. Many small companies and startups don't have the time or the money to recruit effectively, or they just don't have the cash to pay an outside agency. So what I do is I give them everything they need and show them how to do it so that they can recruit and hire very quickly, very efficiently, and without spending exorbitant fees.
I think that's fantastic. One of the things that I do, we haven't talked about a lot on the show, is I run mastermind groups for small businesses, and now it's a key thing that comes up all the time, and they're stuck between having the time to even sift through everything, but not being able to hire that outside company. So I definitely want you to send us all the links to all your stuff.
Absolutely.
If the audience wants to go to iamadvancing.com, go to type Sue in the search bar. Your show note page is going to pop up, and we're going to link to you because I think there's a lot of people out there that need what you have.
Great.
So I love
Great.
that.
I'm very passionate about helping startups. On my website, I have tons of free resources, and just about every blog post, I'll give a free tool or form. So I just want to be able to help as many entrepreneurs as I can.
Perfect. Excellent. I love it. All right. So Sue, I want you to tell us, often on the show, we kind of refer to the fact that it takes a lot of it takes a lot of moxie every day to run your own business. Will you share with our audience what drives you every day?
Absolutely. I think I have two main drives, and one is providing a good life for my family. I'm a single mom of two boys, and they eat a lot. So they require a lot of money to fill up that fridge.
I know my oldest is he just turned 10. He's turning 10, and I cannot believe the amount of food this kid is starting to go through.
Try when they get to be 17 and 21.
I told my husband we're going to go broke.
5 to 7 gallons of milk a week. Let me tell you, it's expensive.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
The other drive that I really have is I just love helping entrepreneurs because their people are what helps them achieve their goals. So I'm really driven by helping entrepreneurs, helping startup companies to get their HR and recruiting in place and help them reach their dreams.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Very good. I want you to tell us a little bit about what led you to be in the business that you are now. We know that you love it, but we want to hear from you kind of that story of the startup, or if you would be willing to share with our audience a time when business wasn't maybe quite going the way that you'd hoped to, so that if somebody out there is struggling today, you can give them some inspiration.
Sure. Well, I've been in business about 5 years now, and mainly providing freelance recruiting and HR services. So I'd help companies and actually do their recruiting for them. But what I was finding was they wanted to know how to do it themselves and not have to hire someone all the time. And I started to create tools to help them. And then I would get referrals from other people. Hey, work with this gal. She can give you what you need. You can do it yourself. And instead of that being a block to business for me, it actually brought me more business. So I decided to really focus my business on, instead of doing the recruiting and HR for the companies, giving them the tools and teaching them how to do it themselves. And it's really made an incredible difference. And I love what I do more because I'm seeing the entrepreneurs more empowered to know what it takes to hire great people. And, making the transition wasn't easy. People still wanted you to do it for them, or they couldn't afford for you to do it for them.
Or they wanted you to do it for them and not be able to afford it, right? Both at the same time.
Right. But it just kept coming back to people were saying, this is such a great idea. Thank you for providing these tools. And I knew I was onto something. Not that every day is all, roses and rainbows, but, I'm really happy with the direction we're going in, and so thrilled to be able to help so many people.
Very cool. What I want our audience to take away from that is the fact that you took something that maybe somebody would take as kind of a threat to their business, right? Or to their livelihood. What? You don't want me to do it for you? They're trying to put me on. And instead, you use that as market feedback and you pivoted. So sometimes when somebody is making a suggestion that kind of feels like they're not valuing what we're bringing or this great idea that we have, it's really nothing more than market feedback that we need to head a different direction, and that there's riches and there's fortune and there's value to.
Absolutely. And you just can't be afraid. You just have to look at it from a different angle and see what they need and how can you meet that need. It doesn't mean that it's a threat to your business. It means that it's a great opportunity.
Right. I love it. So tell us, Sue, how do you go about surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs and kind of staying connected and staying plugged in for you and your business? As you help a lot of people, it also takes a lot of people to kind of carry us all. We're kind of a village, right? So where do you plug into other entrepreneurs to get the support that you need?
Well, I had been on an online Facebook mastermind. I don't know if it's truly the definition of a mastermind, but it was a great group where mainly women entrepreneurs would share issues, ask for feedback. And within that group, not only did I get some support, but I also found a coach who happened to be starting an 8-week program on defining your business and the steps to launch it. And I thought it was a great opportunity. So that group, it's been wonderful and I've learned a ton, but it brought me to some other groups and I met some more people. And I realized that I don't have all the knowledge to do it myself. I may know everything about HR and recruiting, but I don't know everything about SEO or about Facebook ads or about branding. So I made a connection with a social media coach and I hired a social media coach to help me with Facebook ads. And then she led me to another online mastermind group and I found the opportunity for a really fabulous 3-month launch program. And now I'm part of a mastermind group there and another coaching group there. So I'm getting a lot of support. These groups are terrific for screaming and yelling your head off when you're having a bad day and having someone bring you back down and say, okay, we can get through this. Yeah, I've been there. And also to say, hey, how about trying this? Or have you thought of this? Or even just to show a new landing page or ad and get some feedback. So it's incredibly valuable. So it's like having your own board of your company. So it's extremely collaborative and an incredibly thriving experience.
Right. Yeah, that's actually the way I explained entrepreneur masterminds for a while, was that it's like having your own board of directors for your company and for your specific situation. Right. So perfect. Right. So tell us, through you kind of shared with us some of the programs and the coaches that you were led to, and that's the thing, you guys, about joining a mastermind group. It's really like opening Pandora's box in a good way. This will lead you to the next thing, which will lead you to the next thing. You can't fully appreciate and see all the way out where a mastermind can take you until you join your first group and you start to realize that there's possibilities. So we all kind of get to feel down sometimes, right? That we feel stuck in a spot or whatever. But if you join a mastermind group, the world of possibilities and opportunities open up for you. So after joining a group, or maybe through one of the groups that you're in now, was there a specific kind of aha moment, or did you have kind of a light bulb go off for you? I want you to tell our audience about that.
Well, in working with the social media coach, we were struggling with the audience. And then we were struggling with the message. We just couldn't get it right. And this social media coach suggested that I speak with another coach, someone that she used, not in social media. She said, I really think that this woman can help you kind of define what it is that you do and who you're speaking to. Well, I looked into the woman, and at first glance, she didn't really seem like she'd be a good fit for me. But she came so highly recommended, I said, okay, what the heck? So we had 2 sessions, and I literally felt like a bolt of lightning hit me, because the woman not only understood the quandary that I was in and which way I wasn't sure where I should focus, but she also happened to have a background in human resources. So she took a step back, looked at my offerings, and said, you know, rather than just offering tools, which I had been doing at the time, why don't you partner those tools with training to show these entrepreneurs how to use the tools? Put it together in a package for tools and training. So it just kind of, aha, what? Why didn't I think about that? You know, I'm assuming people know how to use these tools. And she had me look at it in a different way. And it was the single most important, I think, decision in my trek so far, because now people are saying, oh, well, here we have these tools and she's going to show us how to use them. So I provide 2-hour Skype interviews training sessions, and walk the clients through how to use the tools. Let them ask questions, let them share with me some experiences they had and what my feedback would be. And it has made all the difference in the world. And it's brought that personal touch and connection to my clients that was lacking and missing before.
So I love that. So tell us, what are you working on now? Where has that led you to today?
Well, I'm working on a few things. I'm continuing with the same pattern. I now have 4 modules for all aspects of recruiting, from identifying you have a need all the way through to onboarding in the employee's first day and all the tools that go along with it. And now I'm working on the next step. So policy development, managing your employees, performance management. And I'll be releasing a free webinar coming up in the next few weeks for entrepreneurs. How can they compete with big companies in the battle for talent? So if you're just a little bitty company with 3 to 5 employees, you can't really afford to offer Cadillac benefits and perks like AT&T can or like Google can. So how can you leverage your culture and the cool things you're doing to compete in the battle for talent?
I love that. Y'all, you're going to have to send us the link to that so we can put it on your show notes page. Again,
I sure will.
awesome. Again, audience, go to iamadvancing.com, type Sue in the search bar, and we're going to get those links to you so that you can take part in Sue's webinar. So very cool. All right, Sue, well, I want to let the audience get to know you a little bit more personally for a moment. So we're going to do a little speed round that I call playing favorites.
All right.
Right. Sue, tell us, what is your favorite charity?
Really anything having to do with animals, like the Humane Society and veterans groups. They're both near and dear to my heart, and I have a real bad habit of rescuing strays.
Very good. Some of our audience members may know that we have a mascot on this show. It's my cat Nala, because she loves to like jump in the background of the video from time to time. So we just decided to make her the mascot. She's sleeping right here next to me.
Awesome. Awesome. And I have one of my dogs on the floor next to me as well. I'm sure you've heard her already today.
Ask you if you had a mascot too. But she was found on the street. She was 8 weeks old when we got her. Somebody found her and took care of her, and they couldn't keep her. So we ended up getting a new member of the family, and now the official mascot of the Advancing Entrepreneurs. So I hear ya. So share with us your favorite quote.
This quote has been with me since high school, and it's something that rings true to me just as much today as it did back then. It's a quote from a Jackson Browne song, for those of you that are old enough to remember who he is. It's forget what life used to be. You are what you choose to be.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Well, tell us, what is your favorite discovery? What app or resource, and you're probably the person for us to ask this, would you like to share with our audience?
Honestly, it's Evernote. Uh, I had heard about it forever. I even downloaded it and tried it and just didn't get it. But yet I kept hearing, you need this. It's fabulous. So I took a 3-part free training from Steve Dotto from Dotto Tech, and he walks you through everything you need to know about Evernote, but we're afraid to ask. And now I just can't live without it. It's constantly open on my screen or on my phone, and it's been an invaluable resource to me in every aspect of my business and my personal life.
So very cool. We're going to have to go check out that free training so that we can find out everything too. Because I use it. I think it's cool, but I'm not sure why it's the end all be all, but maybe I will find out. So
Yes, I'll be sure to share that with you.
yes, please do. Sue, share with us, what is your favorite song? Do you have something you listen to get you all pumped up?
Yes, actually, this changes with the wind, but lately it's been Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Can't miss it right now anyway, right?
Let's get rid of the bad vibes and move on.
So very cool, very cool. Share with us, Sue, what is your favorite business book?
Well, that's another one that changes all the time. I'm an avid reader and usually have about 2 to 3 books going on at any one time. But right now I'm reading a book that's having a tremendous impact on me. It's called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. And what I love about it is that she really helps, she's giving you a message about manifesting your own destiny and getting rid of the negative self-talk and really just believing that whatever it is in your heart, whatever your desires are, you can do it, and stop listening to the messages we've been raised with, the self-deprecating humor and that mindset, and manifesting your dreams and desires.
So very cool, very cool. All right, Sue, I want you to share with us one piece of advice that you as yourself today would give to yourself as that version that was just getting into business. What would you like to go back and tell that girl?
Okay, no problem. Don't let the bumps in the road get you down or take you off your path. We're all going to have bad days. It's how we deal with them that makes the difference between success and failure.
Sue, I want you to share with our audience where they can connect with you, and then we'll say goodbye.
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook at Talon Key HR, and on my website, where there's links to all of my social media, including my YouTube channel, which has a new video every week on HR and recruiting challenges and tools. And that's www.talentkeyhr.com.
And audience, remember to go to iamadvancing.com, type Sue in the search bar so that you can get all the amazing resources, quotes, and books that she shared with us here today. Sue, I am so grateful for your time here today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Advancing Entrepreneur. If you enjoyed it, leave us a rating and review. Not only will it make our day, you'll also be helping others find this show and advance their own careers. Once you're done, be sure to head on over to iamadvancing.com and join our community to learn what it takes to be an advancing entrepreneur and surround yourself for success. Thanks again, and get ready to advance.